Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Internet Marketers Talk Show. And today we have a very special guest. She's a charismatic personality, and she's a great content creator. She's a great coach, and I have been known to her since last year. And this interview was long pending. We have discussed in the month of November, but somehow it got delayed. So I am very excited today. So guys, let's welcome Mahroosh. Hey Mahroosh,
Hello,
welcome to the
everybody.
show.
Thank you so much for having me, Mohan. So nice to be here. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm honored. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel honored that you are the this is your first interview and you are in my show. So I'm really excited to see you here.
I'm really glad that I'm the first one here.
Okay, great. So, guys, if you are watching us live, put a hashtag live, and if you are watching us replay, put a hashtag replay. And if you have any questions in mind which you want to ask to Mahroosh or me, you can put in that comment box, and we will cover it later. So, Mahroosh, as to start the show, I know about you, and many people know about you, but for the people who don't know about you much, so can you just explain you about? Can you just tell us about your backstory? Why did you start this online journey?
Okay, this this is always an important question, and I think journeys are always important. So
Yes.
basically, I when I went to college, I learned about the word entrepreneur. There was a class and there was this word entrepreneur, and then there were some case studies which were taught to us, and I was like, wow, what is this? Why did I never learn about this before? Because I come from a family who is like really into get educated and get a crack a government exam, and my entire family is from that background. My father, my uncles, my mother. So I was that kid who always scored good, like, be it class 10, I was one of the state toppers. I went to the best arts college of the country in Delhi University. So, like, it was like I always thought I'll be professor or something. But that class in the university, when I learned the word entrepreneur, I was like, oh my God, what is this? I want to be this entrepreneur. And it kind of
Okay.
kickstarted from there. I was in my second year, third year, and it was a very, very creative space. People were doing all kinds of things. People were
Mhm.
following their passions. So I got that confidence that, I can do something different. And I don't have to go and crack some government exam to be like someone. So let me follow my heart. And when I left college, that's when it started. I really started experimenting with a lot of things in 2017. But success didn't come easy. I went out there, I was like, okay, I have to create a business, but I didn't know which business, what
Mhm.
business models are out there. And all my peers and, like people who studied with me, they had started to prepare for IAS, for competitive exams. They were going to out of country for doing their masters and stuff like that. And I'm like, I want to start a business, but I didn't know what. So first I thought I'll start a travel agency for women, and I through a connection I went to a place. I thought I'll learn about travel industry over here, and then I'll have my own travel company. But when I went there, it was a horrible experience. They just made me work with files. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, this is not meant for me. What am I doing here? It kind of demotivated me. But then I started experimenting with businesses. At that time, I thought, okay, now I should open a travel blog. But then I didn't actually have an experience how to run a blog, so I failed in that as well. Then I opened an e-commerce store, and I
Okay.
didn't actually know how to make a product, how to how to make a product experience, how to market it, how to deliver it, how to source
Mhm.
it. So I failed in that as well. And during this time, I came across Sebastian, because at that time he was really someone who was doing e-commerce. And I was like, okay, let me learn about e-commerce. And I invested in his course, which taught about e-commerce. And it was an expensive course for me back then. But as I was going through e-commerce course, I realized, oh my God, this is a lot of work. I don't think it's for a beginner. I tried doing a couple of things, but it was like really complicated for me, and I didn't have that much cash flow to like really run an e-commerce business. And towards the end of the year, Sebastian launched a program, start your business with Facebook organic traffic. And that
Okay.
was that was something, okay, let me do this. And he talked about how you can do it with affiliate marketing. I think that was the changing moment for me. And literally from 2017 to the end of 2019, I was struggling with like what to do. But it was only in the beginning of 2020 that I actually learned about organic marketing, Facebook organic marketing, and selling other people's proven products. And I was like, okay, okay, God, this is maybe what I was looking for. And I promise I'll give my best to it. So that's when it really started, uh, everything that I had wanted and wanted to work for, it started to make sense from there. So that's my backstory. And I always wanted to have my own business. There was no plan B. There was only plan A.
Only
I
plan
wanted
A.
to have my own business. There
Right.
was no plan B, never a plan B, and everything I had, I was investing into business in those years. So that's my backstory.
Wow. Wow, that's really amazing. And the good thing is like you thought it in your during your college day you learned about the word entrepreneurship, and you thought in the mind that there is no plan B. That's a good thing. That's the best part, because
Yeah,
sometimes when we have plan B, then we have some other options. So sometimes we don't focus much in that. So it's really really great to know
absolutely.
that you thought it and you are doing it and you are flourishing in that. That's really
Thank you
great.
so much. Thank you so much.
So when you came into this online world, and you must have considered like many other product. There are high ticket, there are high ticket, there are low ticket product, and there are other product like as a SaaS product in the market. So
Hmm.
what was your reason to choose that high ticket product?
My reason was a lot of failures, to be very honest. I didn't
Okay.
know when I was starting out. Like I said, even before I knew about affiliate marketing and organic traffic, I had failed a lot. So when I came into the Facebook organic world, I started with promoting Bluehost, okay, and
Hmm.
that was a low ticket product. But at that time, I didn't know that there was something called high ticket.
High
It was
ticket.
only after some months that I came to know that there was something called high ticket, okay. And at that time, there was a lot of trust factor, like who should I invest in? Okay, this high ticket makes sense, but who should I invest in? It was only around August of that year that Sebastian came with his high ticket program, and I had really trusted Sebastian and followed him through 2 years, and it made sense. Okay, I know this guy, and high ticket makes sense. I know the process. I'm making the sales, but they are low ticket sales. I
Hmm.
know the process. I know how the system works. Now is the time to change the game. So that's when I went into high ticket. So it was a lot of failures. But let me tell you one thing, everybody doesn't have to go through so many failures to understand that high ticket is the thing. If you're starting out, it's very important to learn from other people's failures as well. So I
Yes.
learned it the hard way, honestly. I just didn't know. I didn't have the information right away. If I knew when I was starting out in 2017 that there is Facebook organic and you can sell other people's expensive products, I would have done it. But I didn't know. But if someone knows, has this information right away, they are so lucky. Once in college, a professor told me, information is the key to the door. If you don't have the information, doors will be locked forever. So I didn't know for 2.5 years. If someone knows it, I think they should at least look into it right away. So I think that's very important. For me, it was a long journey. So that's
Yeah.
it was only when Sebastian launched it did I feel confident. Okay, let me go ahead with it. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's a very important point. I think like 70 to 80% of the entrepreneur or the digital marketer, they first go through some bad product or some bad experience. They invest a lot, and later on in the life, they came to know like this is the best product. And now, as
absolutely.
we have experienced this, so this is our, I think, ethical responsibility to tell this, spread this word among all the entrepreneurs that this is the right product, we have gone through it, and you should not go through all those long journey and long failures. So you said it right, like
Absolutely.
it is not 100% important that you should also go through all those failures in the life.
Absolutely. Like I
Yeah.
said, I didn't know at that time. I wish I knew, but I didn't. My learning curve was really, really long. So I
Hmm.
learned it the hard way, but I wish I knew it. I knew it then. I don't know where I would be now, but still grateful.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
true that. Yeah. So suppose at present also we see in the market there are a lot of high ticket products. So what things we should consider while we are choosing up to some high ticket product? What should we consider?
Always, always, always the authenticity of the mentor and the results and his community. I think that's the most important aspect. So I see a lot of people, they'll tell you, they'll come and pitch you, hey, you know what, this is such an amazing opportunity. This is the opportunity through which you are going to earn money, this and that. But look for someone who really cares about the community, who has a community. You know, I think community aspect is the most important because you can thrive over there. So that's what I was looking for. So the reason I didn't invest in anyone else before is because, and I invested in Sebastian at that point of time is because I was aware how he treats his community. And I had invested in him before. So that was my, that's what helped me. But if someone is starting out, look for people out there. Like literally, I would make PDF or something and look for people who are out there and weigh pros and cons. And I would always see who has the most thriving community around them. What are people talking about? How are people perceiving them? How is this person? What are his results? So I think those aspects are important. So that's very important when you are choosing a high ticket program. Who is the face behind it? I think it's very, very, very important. So yeah, don't just go out there and promote anything you get, but really look at the credibility behind that. Who is the person? How ethical is that person? What are people in his community talking about him? Those are really important points when you're starting out. So yeah,
Right,
I think that's important. I
right.
hope
Because
that answered the question.
yeah, of course, because you have covered all the points. Because in this online industry we see a lot of products, and before choosing one product we should consider all those points. We should study more, research more, like if we are resonating with the community, with the mentor. So yeah, because this is high ticket product and you choose once, and sometimes if you choose a wrong product you got demotivated in the
Hmm.
starting of your journey, and it again like ruin everything. Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes. And I would like to add one more point here. At that time, I used to think if his program helped me, it will help other people too. So that's how I
yes,
would think. So if you're promoting any product, you have to think, did it help me? Did I make progress with it? Because if you did, then you can promote it to someone else. If you did
exactly.
not see progress with it yourself, if it did not help you, then I think ethically it's wrong to promote that. Because if it moved a needle for you, then you can promote that product to someone else. That's how I think about it.
Absolutely, and we should have that integrity in our mind, in our business, because in the starting of my online journey, I came through one product and I promoted that, I got a sale, but later on I realized that it is not working for them, it is not working for me. So what I did
Hmm.
basically, I just return all the commission which I have earned through that, and I said sorry to them, because of me they had said that bad experience in this online
Hmm.
world.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
think that integrity and honesty in the business is very, very important. It
Absolutely,
is right.
absolutely. It
Right.
is absolutely important.
Yes. Uh, Mahroosh, nowadays, people are promoting high ticket, but I have seen people when they are pitching the product to someone else, they are only focusing on the commission. They are saying like, if you promote this, you will get this commission. If you promote this, you will get that much of commission. Nobody is talking about the learnings which you will get inside that product, because what I think is like those products are created with the intention to learn. Later on they have
Hmm.
added maybe commission just to promote those things, but main focus I
Hmm.
think it should be like on learning. So what is your point
Hmm.
in that?
Of course, I think, it's a very, and people who promote that way, I don't think they make a lot of progress. There is a like, you can really differentiate. Like, for example, if you look at a profile, even if you look at the style of conversation someone is having with you can really say, where they are themselves with their businesses. I think
Right.
that's a very important point. If someone will come to you and tell you you will earn this much money, but they are not able to articulate it beyond that point. How? I was speaking to
Yes.
a really incredible woman the other day, and she seemed in some kind of confusion. And first, she pitched to me, okay, and I let it be. Like, people pitch you when you are in the online business world, and she's like, hey, without even diagnosing who I am, trying to have a conversation with me, she's like, hey, this is an opportunity for you to earn this much money. I was like, I don't respond to such people. But after some time, when I was posting content, this and that, she wrote to me and she's like, hey, I get so inspired by you, this, that, and what are you doing? And then I took her on the call and I'm like, okay, what do you sell? And she's like, I'm not allowed to talk about the product. All I can tell you is that, you can make $1 million with it.
Okay.
I'm like, well, have you made anything with it? She's like, no, right now I'm just trying to talk to people, tell them that this is an opportunity. I'm trying to tell them this will change their life. I said, listen, if it hasn't moved you from point A to point B, it is not going to help anyone else. And it's your ethical responsibility not to promote this product. So if you are promoting something and you exactly know how it will help the other person, like if you are actually using that person, you will never tell the other person, hey, you will get $1,000, you will become a millionaire. You will, you will approach them differently. You'll be like, okay,
Right.
you'll try
Right.
to diagnose in the messenger. Diagnosing, always important. Trying to understand, asking them the right question. Okay, what are you trying to do? Where do you want to go? What have you
Hmm.
tried so far? And okay, what do you think worked? What do you think didn't work? And then you try to pitch your product as a bridge. Okay, the things that you try to do. Maybe you were doing three things right, but you didn't have the entire puzzle together. So these are the three things that are missing. Hence, you need my product. So I think it should be this way. The more people realize that Messenger is an important game and you really need to make that connection, okay? You need to hit at the right spot in order to get that sale. So I think it's
Exactly.
very important to understand that, it's a like it's deep psychology. Humans want to be understood, okay, before they do anything. So unless you don't get into their pain and understand why, how, what is lacking, you won't be able to sell. You really have to get that. Whenever I'm talking to a client, it's like painting a picture and seeing what's missing. Like it's always in my mind, okay, one, two, three, four, okay, five is missing, six, seven, and then I go and tell them, see, this is what it is. After giving them a lot of value. So we have to understand that the approach this approach, you will earn $1 million. It doesn't take you anywhere. You will just burn out and you will just quit. So
Right.
you better promote the right things. So yeah, I think that answered the question.
Yes, yeah, yeah, and even see nowadays also like there are many entrepreneurs who are coming. If you go to their profile and they will write like how to earn 10K dollar in a month, and if
Hmm.
you go to the profile, if you check their post, the way they are delivering, you can easily understand that at which level they are. So I think
Absolutely.
if you are approaching someone for even pitching your product, that do not pitch directly first of all. Secondly, first I think we need to go I mean we need to go to the profile. We need to check like what they are posting, at which level they are, and accordingly we
Absolutely.
should move the conversation. Even nowadays
Absolutely.
I am getting messages like, hey, do you want to earn money online other than your job and all those things. So yeah, so right, these are the
I
points we
think
should consider.
everybody keeps getting this. You have these kind of
Yes.
people in your ecosystem and they will hit you with these messages.
Yes, 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 right, right. Great, great. Yeah, so so now you have been like in this industry for more than 3 to 4 years. So now if you want to give a suggestion or maybe step by step process to someone who is completely new to this online world, what would you suggest, like step by step process for them to start their online business and to grow in this world?
Okay, now that I've spent so much time in this industry and with so many failures, I have really interesting opinions about, what someone should do. So what I think right now is like if someone has no skills whatsoever, like I didn't like when I came online, I wasn't good at a particular thing and I would have thought let's take it online. So for those people who don't have any particular skill, passion or hobby, or any expertise, for them I think it's best to go into high ticket, see a really good community and promote that high ticket product. But people who have some skill, passion or hobby, they should straight away go and learn how to craft a high ticket offer around what they are good at. Okay, because I know a lot of people. Why am I saying this? There were some people in my ecosystem, they were really good at something and it didn't make sense to them to do affiliate marketing, and at
Hmm.
that time I wouldn't get it. But with eventually they became my clients, okay, and I helped them design their products. And what I realized was, okay, if people do have money to invest, investment is anyway you do have to invest to learn.
Right.
So choose one of the two. If you don't have any skill, passion or hobby, go with high ticket like I did. I wasn't good at fitness or yoga or a musician or something that I would have made my service online. So for me,
Hmm.
it was best to learn, marketing. And eventually I found my passion there. But if you are someone who already has a passion, go find a coach who will help you craft a high ticket offer around that. So this is my suggestion. First, have a product. Have a
Hmm.
product. It can be someone's high ticket product or it can be something you are good at, and then straight away go to organic traffic. I really recommend Facebook because even in 2021 it was the most used social media platform. We
Exactly.
cannot undermine that, and the organic reach is crazy, like it's insane. I know a lot of things are coming into trend, TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, but Mark is keeping Facebook at the top. So
Right.
so we cannot undermine that. I've thought a lot about it. Instagram is catching up but Facebook is not getting out of the picture. The organic reach is crazy, we should not undermine it. So use the potential of organic traffic. So like since April 2020, I've been doing Facebook organic on my profile, but the potential of organic traffic is so huge that now I'm going to the page and I'll be publishing there daily, because I
Mhm.
want, like, I'm looking at my personal brand 5 years from now, and if I
Right.
publish daily on my page it's going to be insane in 5 years. So that's the power of organic reach. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should start from page. Of course, you don't need a large following online in order to start your business, and profile is the best place to start your business. But what I'm saying is that you can really see long term on Facebook. It's a really long term game platform, and no one can undermine that. So, start with a product. It should be a high ticket product. Even if you want to promote someone else's, do that. If you want to promote your own, it should be a high ticket product, it should be an expensive product. And second, choose organic traffic. I love Facebook, I suggest Facebook. It should be organic traffic. You shouldn't be spending money on ads when you are starting out. That's my suggestion for anyone. And focus on the skills, like focus on the
Yes.
primary skills. Like, a skill can be literally just showing up every single day and publishing content. Okay, I'll give one trick right here. Whenever I'm making sales, whenever, okay, so I do publish consistently, but sometimes after 3 months I get overwhelmed and I'll take a 15 days gap, okay, but then I'll start again. So what I've noticed is in past 18 19 months is that when I'm posting consistently I'm getting most of the sales. When I'm not publishing, my sales go down and then I have to build up to that again. So publishing is so important. So if you're a beginner, like literally if you just publish every single day, you will start getting those sales, you will start getting those testimonials, you'll start building that authority, and just by showing up you will be making a lot of progress in the business. So I think it's so important to focus on simple skills. Show up, just show up on Facebook, just post content, add friends, do like message people on Facebook, start and then slowly start building on each one of those skills. And it makes a huge difference with time. So like one skill at a time, and like that's what I suggest. But publishing the most important thing, posting content the most important thing. Yeah,
Yes, yes, that's true, and that is very, very important in this online world. As I always say, like this, online world, in your online world, your profile, your business page, or your group will act as an online shop. And if you open your shop
absolutely.
every day, then only you will, get a lot of leads
Absolutely,
later on.
absolutely, absolutely. This is what I learned from Sagar actually when he said, "Your
Yes,
profile is
right,
like your Kiryana shop." If you don't show up there, it will just be closed. People will just pass you by and they'll just go to other shops. So it's
right, right.
very important. Most of the people, they will beat their head around strategy, but they will never publish you know
Yes,
they'll be like, oh, I've been trying it for so long. Are you publishing? That's the number one question, because if you are
right.
not, you have no right to say it's not working.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, because even if you take a good product, if you are not publishing, if you are not showing daily, if you are not creating content, your authority will not build. Because when you publish daily, when you think about the problem or the features of about the product, how they can use it,
Hmm.
so people will by the time people will connect with your content, they will consume your content, and later on they will be your leads and they will convert finally.
Absolutely, absolutely. I remember I had a conversation with you one day. You were starting out, I think. And
Yes,
one day
yes.
I had seen your post on Instagram and I said, Mohan, by watching that video, I felt I got more sense of who you are. So just keep publishing. And
Right.
I'm very pushy that way, like, show your face. Showing your face is the ultimate strategy, marketing strategy, because
Exactly.
people really, really, really connect to you. It's very important that people connect to you. So they get to see who you are, how you can resonate with them, and all of those things. So, yes, publishing is the number one strategy.
Yeah. Now I realize those things, like, yeah, showing your face and connecting with audience is so super important in this online world. Uh,
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
so Mahroosh, in this online world, when we promote high ticket either coaching or maybe high ticket product, the number one objection people are facing, or all the entrepreneurs are facing, is or getting, is like, I don't have money. I can't spend that much of money. So how do you handle that objection, and how should we tackle those kind of entrepreneurs who have that kind of objection?
Okay, so this again I have learned really hard way. I think I like going hard way, but listen, Mohan, this is my number one golden strategy that I use in my business. When I was starting out with Facebook organic and I would talk to people and they didn't have money, like initially I got frustrated, and it like but then I did start with my content marketing. When I was publishing every single day, high ticket sales started rolling in, okay, but I knew there was something missing because the effort I was putting it, I wasn't getting optimal sales. It only changed when I started focusing on Messenger, and I started getting a coaching for closing. It wasn't from someone from Facebook, but it was a friend of mine who worked as a closer with White Hat Junior. Do you know that company?
Yes, yes,
White Hat
yes.
Junior. Okay, so in that they used to close massive deals like 7K, 10K. Like he used to do himself like 50 lakhs a month. And so
Oh,
I was like, listen, I need your help. And he was like, okay, he really went with me through the process. And he's like, you're just focusing on the wrong people. You need to focus on people who have money. And one thing about that is like, if there's like everybody has an ecosystem. And if you are publishing, people get to your profile. But what I realized through that process is that there were people in my ecosystem who had money. I was just not focusing on them. Okay? I was just not focusing on them. I was just not paying attention. So I really like with that closing, learning Messenger and those people. Maybe those people messaged me. See, most of the times what happens is that we have limiting beliefs about money. We
Yes.
ourselves have limiting beliefs about money. So when I was starting out, I would be so afraid to tell someone that this is $1,000. But people in your ecosystem have money. You just need to find them. You just need to find them. They are there. Maybe they are even starting a conversation with you. So most of the times, like one more strategy that I will use for high ticket clients, more than the Indian clients, you will get people who are from abroad. Okay, so most of my clients are from New York or Netherlands or from somewhere in the US. And if you are like, one of my strategies was actively answering questions in the group. And if you are doing that, for example, in a group like ClickFunnels or something like that, you get a lot of exposure, and then you
Right.
are making content. You do have these people in your ecosystem, and maybe they sent a hi to you. Maybe you never followed up. You never followed up with value. How many times do you follow up with the value before they say yes? So my strategy included then after that focusing on those people. You do get, so for example, in a week I would at least get 4 to 5 people like those, and I would totally focus on them. Okay, totally focus on them, share value, value, value at least 5 times, then they get back to you. And that's how it worked for me. I had to identify who are the people who spend money. Okay, like literally now I know the region. I know if it's top of US, how much do they earn, how much can they spend, or if it's the bottom of US, if it's Netherlands, if it's, these are some important parameters, and I learned it from my coach. He taught me this. He's like,
Okay.
he's like, if someone is from Pacific West, they have more money than if someone is from North. You have to get into these sales details a little bit, and you really have to see if you are asking an Indian student to pay you 4 grand, they don't have that money. But
Yes.
you
Right.
have to look for it. Who has money? So let's say in a week I got 50 conversations. Out of that, I have 6 conversations, and I know potentially they have money to spend. What I'll do is I'll put more my focus on booking those calls and, uh, taking them on a call and adding value. So there are two aspects, which I struggle with a lot. There are people who can't spend money and they want to start a business. For them, I do give them a call so that I can give them a game plan. If they are like really serious about it, only then, because I have to value my time. So there are a couple of people who like really had fire in them, and I did give them because I knew I was a student too when I was starting out. But when it comes to business, you have to identify. It's similar to, like, I meet a lot of Kashmiri people here in Goa, and they have pashmina shops, and they'll be like, I'm like, how do you know who is gonna give money? They're like, we know. I'm
Experience.
do you really have statistics? Okay, they'll be like, people from Russia spend up to this much, people from US spend up to this much on pashmina, people from
Great.
Britain will also spend 8 lakhs. So those are the statistics you really have to focus on. You can't just expect a student to pay you that much, because a student will not have that much money. So it really, like, I've been like, I got really deep into this after like really identifying who are people in my ecosystem who have money. And it's really important to see the GDP of the countries who are in your ecosystem. They will pay you high ticket. So more than the in my understanding, like if you have an Indian client, they can pay up till $1,000, $2,000 maximum. Only if they have some savings or they are crazy about and they want to like invest in you, then maybe 2.5 to 3. But majorly, people who will spend more than 3K are people who are from countries that have good GDP. So I think you really have to identify that. I don't know if it's offensive or whatever, but this is in my understanding. I've come to this conclusion that those are the people. All the people who have invested with me above 2K are from, countries with good GDP. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, exactly. And you covered a very good point that first you need to go and check the profile. Maybe in by profile hacking you will come to know that this has the capability of paying the fees of that coaching or maybe the program. And yes, everyone is not your customer, and you will learn these things by experience, as you have given a very good example of, that small entrepreneurs, they know like who are our customer and how much they can pay. So this understanding, maybe by the time by the experience, you will get all those things like who is your ideal customer, and with whom you
Absolutely.
should spend much time and provide value.
Absolutely. I'll give you one story. So when I was starting out and I was venturing into coaching, so one of the first clients who came to me, he's still working with me. He's like, okay, he is like, Mahroosh, I really want it to work. I've been struggling for really long. I really want it to work. And at that time, I was getting between 500 to 1000 commissions with high ticket. This was the first time, I was venturing into coaching and I charged people somewhere around 500. And when I got on this call, I was like, today I'm going to quote $1,000. And he's telling me all his story, how his life is miserable and stuff like that. Okay, that was his pain. But I am thinking in my head, I'm also getting affected by his story, and I'm thinking in my head, should I charge 300, 500? What should I charge? I'm like, no. Either I lose this client because my coach had told me you are going to quote this. He's like, either I lose this client or I quote $1,000. And when I quoted $1,000, what he told me?
What?
What? Your service is so cheap.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
Unexpected.
okay, Leo, how much would you have paid for this service? He's like, 5 grand.
Oh my god.
And I was like, see, when you go to the right people, they will tell you you are extremely cheap. And recently I talked to him. I'm helping him with his business, and he's like, "I am so happy, Mahroosh, you are raising your prices because you know what, your service deserves that. You
Right.
should at least charge 5K to 6K." That is what the right people will tell you. The last person I literally, like, when you work with right people, I was helping. My coaching is one-on-one coaching. It's like co-piloting someone. And one of the clients, he recently told me, man, if you knew you had to work so much with me, you would have charged me double of it. And he was laughing. But I knew how much effort I had to put in. But see, that made me realize that he had the potential to pay me double of it. So it just means that you have to go to the right clients.
Right, right. This is very very important, because nowadays also, like when see nowadays I am providing free calls. So when I go to the call with the client, or they say like, oh my god, I have got so much of value, even I have not got that thing in the paid course. So then I realize later that okay, I could have charged that much for that call. Yeah, so
Hmm,
that's really really
absolutely.
good point. Right.
Absolutely. And also, one of the women who I gave a free call to, and she was like, no, how can I take this call for free? I need to pay you at least something. And she's like, I need to send you $100 because the call was so valuable. So, my point is that
Oh,
if you focus on the right people, they will understand the value you are giving them. And they will be
exactly.
like waiting to pay you. So, that's what I have observed. I hope it helps someone. Like, really focus on the clients that who will pay you. Of course, you can work with. I do work pro bono sometimes if I see really that passion in someone. But this is a business, and you have to make money, and you need to
Right.
focus on people who will actually take it to next level and who will actually get benefited, and you will get benefited too in return.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, so we have a question from Shubho. So he's asking how to deal with a client who can invest but does not trust the system. Interesting.
Okay, so there's a client who wants to invest, but he does not trust the system. You have to see why he does not trust the system. Maybe he has had a bad experience in the past. Okay, so
Right.
for example, one of the clients, he is not really tech savvy, and a lot of people, he had money, so he invested a lot. A lot of people had pitched him, and in the process he had invested a lot of money in programs and coaches, and He realized that all of that was not for him. Okay. So what happened is that I was like, okay, uh, I am willing to help you and I do have a service. But before that, let's see if we are right fit for each other. So I gave him 3 coaching sessions. And I was like, just see if my style fits you. Let's see if what you want to work on and what I can help you with, if it's going hand in hand. So you cannot, if you are talking to someone in Messenger, you cannot make them like, you cannot tell them just trust me. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to demonstrate what it looks like. So if I have a really hot client and they are ready to invest, I'll be like, okay, you have some objections, I get it, but let's do a free coaching session and see if what you're looking for and what the expertise I have, let's see if it matches. If it does, great. If it doesn't, no pressure. So that would be my strategy with it.
Okay, okay, great. Yeah, actually, it's a good point. There are two ways I think. Like one is, sometimes people will say like, okay, I have a guarantee, like you can ask your money back within 20 days, 30 days. One way is that, and other way is what you are saying, like provide them a free session, like 2 to 3 free sessions, and then when they resonate, when we understand each other, then it's a good way to go ahead with the coaching program. Because people sometimes they just pay a full money or half of the money, and they later realize that, okay, this coaching program is not for me and I have
Not for
invested so
me.
much and wasted the money. Exactly.
Absolutely. And you can also add elements to your offer, like you said, guarantee. Guarantee works like a charm. So, for example, I also give some guarantees to my prospects. It's not money back, but my
Mhm.
guarantee is like I will be with them until they get their high ticket sale. So there is a time frame which is required for them to set the system. And if they are showing consistently, with that, there are only some things you need to fix to land that sale, which gives you the confidence that, oh wow, it works. So that's my guarantee. So guarantees always work, like you said, and they work like a charm because it increases the perceived value of the prospect that it's going to work for them. The
Right.
likelihood of achievement increases that yes, it's going to work for them. But I've realized that even before you give the guarantee, I think guarantee is the last part of the process. But I think
Mhm.
first you really need to make them comfortable with what this entire thing is, and ease them in what's happening.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
so
Correct, correct, correct. Very nice. So, guys, if you have more questions, you can put in the comment box and I'll show up here. So, Mahroosh, like as you said, you have covered a bit of it, like about the mindset. So earlier you started with maybe free value, and then later on maybe 100, 200, $300, and now you are charging $3,500 per client. So what was the mindset shift with which happened? Then you are comfortable to charge that much of amount with your client. What was that mindset?
So, mindset, first of all, like I said, we have limiting beliefs. We have limiting beliefs around money. Okay. Like, this is something I said before, but I will say it again. We focus on the wrong clients. There are a lot of people in your ecosystem. You really need to focus on who has money and who hasn't. And my mindset shift came from my coach when he told me how they, like, what kind of products they have and who are the people who have money and how do they charge. He said just because you didn't do not have that much money doesn't mean that someone will not value your skill for that much amount of money. You have to understand that. Okay. Someone, you need to go to people who value your skill with that much amount of money. So this just came with time and a constant push from my coach that people will pay you for your skill. You don't have to be afraid. So when I started, like, initially I was still scared. I was like, okay, let me give some free coaching. Then I was like, okay, now I give so much value for $97. But when I was doing that, I got so exhausted. I felt that it's not possible for me to help people for $97 for this much value. There is no way it's going to be less than $1,000. So when I was doing that $1,000 coaching and I was actually giving so much value, I was like, this is so much work. It cannot be done for less than $2,000. I was realizing my value while going through that. And then, step by step, I gained the confidence. And after $2,000, I was like, okay, this is so much work. I cannot have clients coming in for just $2,000. So that's how I increase the prices. And you know what, right now, like people who like joined from Feb, like I charge them 3,500, and I'll keep on increasing it. Why? Because my one-on-one is getting better. I am giving better value to my clients. I am giving better time to them. I am their co-pilot. I know no one else is giving them this service. One of the great things about creating a high ticket offer is you know that no one else is providing this service. You know your competitors are not going into the steps that you are going into. You know that you are willing to give that much amount of time and effort that no one else is giving. So I did study all of that. That also justified why I'm charging so much. Okay, so you really need to, this is something I said in the training as well, when you are crafting a high ticket offer. So, like, let's say there are 2 points, point A and point B, and you see your competitors, maybe they are picking, you have a bus and you have to pick someone from point A and you have to leave them at point B. And you look at your competitors and they are taking a bus, picking them from point A and to point B, even if they are absolutely good at that. I said some people they need to walk till point A and it's exhausting. And what happens is that most of the times they lose the battle there. Go to them, go to their houses so that they don't have to walk till point A. Go, like, look into all those pains, be willing to help them with it. I know clients who have not been able to start because they had technology issues. I don't know anyone who will go that deep into a conversation and identify that this person has really been struggling with tech issues, and I can promise to help them with that. So go deep into where no one else is going. Like, I literally diagnose people's passions. They are into online business. They heard about high ticket affiliate marketing, and there is some Russell Brunson community, and they are like, okay, this is the only way to go about it. But I am like, okay, but what is your passion? If you were given a chance, would you make it into a business? And they would be like, okay, okay. And you actually, like, I give them one to two, like, potential clients, 1 to 2 free coaching sessions where it makes sense to them. So what I'm willing to do is, like, most of the people don't. So no matter which service you have, what you are doing, be willing to go way beyond anyone else is going, so that you can craft a high ticket offer. Okay, so I give them so much insane value, like so much insane value that it's not possible for me to work like with more than 3 clients a month. That is why it's justifiable that I charge really high ticket, because I have to, like, really work so much with one client. That's the amount of value I am giving them. So that is why, I have limitation. I have scarcity also, and it's an original scarcity. I cannot work with more than 3 clients a month, and that's why my offer is high ticket. I'm willing to do no one else is doing. I'm willing to put effort and time no one else is doing. And this is my full-time job. And imagine how, like, if I'm working 7 hours or 8 hours a day, I am working with clients and I'm working with my marketing. That's how in depth it is. So you have to be willing to do that no one else is doing to be able to charge high ticket. And that is what will justify that amount in your head. Okay, it will really justify that amount in your head, because you will be doing so much for them. And even if you know just the marketing aspect, not the sales aspect, and if you have someone who is just starting out, it is possible that people really don't know how to handle tech, how to handle a lot of things. You need to be there with them one on one. So if you're really giving your time, you are the most valuable thing. If you're giving that one on one, you can really charge them a lot. If you're really holding their hand, you can charge them a lot. But you need to frame the promise really well. And I think that's all I have to say. I hope it answers the question.
Yes, of course. The you're right. Like the great power comes with a great responsibility. If you are charging
Absolutely,
them high, you are accountable to them. Only charging high will not work if you are not providing the right value, the promised thing, whatever you have promised. And if you
absolutely,
are taking them
absolutely,
from point A to B, you are solely responsible for the success of that person. And along with that,
absolutely.
your client also need to work hand in hand with you. So yeah, that's
Absolutely,
that's really a
absolutely.
great point.
With like, it's been some months that I've been working one on one with clients, and I must tell you, it's very exhausting. But I know one thing, like by being working one on one, if I have to put something into a course or anything, I get a lot of data, and I get to work with them one on one. That I actually decided from now, like from Feb till April, I'll just take total of 10 clients. After that, maybe I'll frame a group coaching or something. But to get my initial clients rolling in who pay me so much, it is a very, like, out of the way trainings I'm giving them. It's very out of the way solutions I'm giving them that no one else is ready to give in my niche, within my niche. So ask yourself, what can you do that no one else is willing to do? There is your ticket to charge, really high amount.
Right, right. Yes, like people might be thinking like this person is earning so much of money, but they are not thinking about the efforts they are putting in their daily life to
Absolutely,
get to
absolutely,
that level.
absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So Mahroosh, what do you, if I talk about your coaching program, you have covered a bit, and would you like to talk more about what you offer inside your coaching program?
So basically, I take people who have any passion, skill, or hobby, they have it. They don't know how to put it online. They don't know how they can really find high ticket clients where they can work with them and charge them high ticket and make a good, consistent income around their business. So it can be someone teaching fitness, it can be someone teaching yoga, it can be someone designing a funnel, it can be anyone with any skill, passion, or hobby. But you are like clueless. How do I make it a really good high ticket offer so that people pay me well and I scale it organically? Those are the kind of clients I work with. And even if they have a little idea, someone will tell me, oh, I'm good at baking. Okay. But they don't know which niche, who is the ideal client, who is the exact niche. How do I form everything from scratch? Every single detail that is required to put a business together. That is what I help them with. And I help them, like, right from the scratch, find their passion, like getting aware of that passion, that they can actually bring this business online, they can teach people, they can impact people with their passion, they can bring that energy online, they can make a product out of it. Okay, they can make a product, they can make a business on Facebook with organic traffic, and they can make a good impact and income, impact people around them. So that those are the kind of clients I am working on right now. So yeah, I just went a little into passion oriented niche because I felt like, that is where it's a two-way street. You have to enjoy the process. Okay, if someone will tell you, I really want to make an impact with this because I'm passionate about it, with time I also became really passionate about marketing. So I was like, I really want this passionate energy around me. I want it. I have it, Merush. I just want it to be there. So that's the kind of people I target right now. Those are the kind of people I talk to. Those are the kind of people I have with my one-on-one coaching. And yeah, this is what I do with them. It's a 90-day coaching program where I work with them one-on-one. I give them weekly coachings and access to my Voxer. you know I also give them guarantee that I will not leave them until they hit their, at least make their investments back. So that is the time till I am with them. So it's insane value, really insane value. But definitely everyone who is just starting out promoting their own coaching should do, because they get to learn a lot about prospects, what they are looking for, who they are. It's a lot of one on one. You really get to learn a great deal when you are doing one on one. So this is what it is. So just Just give me a second. I just
Sure,
noted something in my notebook.
sure, sure. Take your time.
So, yeah, so that's basically it. I'm like right now focusing on clients who have a passion and they just want to share it with the world. They want to teach it. So, of course, Facebook is central to it. Facebook Organic is central to it. And I craft their products and everything else.
Wow, that's really great. You are offering a great value inside your coaching program. So
Thank you.
suppose if
Thank you so
someone,
much.
yeah, so someone wants to join your coaching program. So how should they approach you? Like in the messenger, of like how they can
Okay,
approach?
they should just come to my profile and they should just send me a DM saying start 90 days and I'll get back to them. And I just,
Okay.
Mohan, one more thing I want to tell you is that till April ending, I'm just taking 10 clients, and I think I'll just be taking 10 more clients for my one-on-one because I love it, but it's very demanding, and I think I won't be able to do more than 10. So I am just taking 10 clients in total, this year for my one-on-one because it's just out of my capacity to deliver to more than 10 people for one-on-one with so much in-depth work. So I'm just taking 10 people till for the next 90 days. After that, I'll be totally venturing into group coaching. My one on one coaching will not be available. So if there is someone with a skill, passion, or hobby, and they want to make it in a product and they want to launch their business on Facebook, then make sure you send me a DM, start 90 days, by coming to my Facebook, and we will have a chat and, we'll take it from there.
Okay, so guys, yeah, as Mahroosh told that after some time she'll not be available to take you one on one. So if you are really looking for someone who can guide you, who can help you in your business, and you really can go from point A to point B, so please reach out to her. And as she said, like only 90, till April, and she's taking 10 more clients. So please be quicker and reach out to her for her coaching program. Great.
Thank you so much, Mohan.
Uh, Thank you. Yeah. So Marush, the last point we want to cover, like, what would be your last piece of advice to all the entrepreneurs who are in this online world and is struggling to get the success?
Okay, my advice will be patient. Okay, just because you see someone making 10 grands a month right when they are starting out, don't let that parameter weigh you down. If someone comes into the industry and makes 10 grants, let's say in the first month, it is possible that they have some background training. Maybe they worked in marketing before, maybe they had a
Yes.
sales background,
Right.
maybe
Right.
they already had some kind of training. It's not like they are starting from absolute zero. You need to differentiate yourself on the basis of skills. Okay, do I have skills? If you have zero skills, then you need to be realistic that I am building it from day one. Okay. And then you like really celebrate one sale, next sale, next sale, because you are improving on your skills. Don't let the results of other people weigh you down. Be realistic that I am building my skills from scratch, and there are a lot of skills involved in building a business. Okay, and it's very important to focus on one skill first and get the momentum going. Get the momentum going. With time, you will master all the skills, and your sales will also increase. Don't get weighed down by other people. Okay, it's good even if you are investing money. Investing money, it's not important that you will see the results in first week itself, first month itself. Trust the process. It's very important to trust the process. I failed so much, like literally for years, but I never had a plan B because I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Keep that fire in you alive. If I had like given up back in 2017, 18, I would have never been here. Sometimes it takes time, but how much time? Like if I started in 17, right now is 2022, and it's been like in 2021 I was pretty much stable. I started organic marketing in 2020. By the end of 2020, starting of 2021, I was already making consistent income. So it was 3 years. So let's say, you are starting today and you are constantly failing for 2.5, 3 years. You're not failing, you're only getting better at skills. Okay? So keep that long term thing in mind. Why are you doing it? To have independence. I always wanted to live in different places. Okay, that was my desire. I have studied history in college, people, cultures, like understanding them is important to me. And I always wanted an avenue to live with different people. That was my why. I wanted to do it. I wouldn't be able to do it if I stayed in Kashmir. So would I gamble my 3 years? Yes, I would gamble my time. So think long term. You are just building, even if you are failing. You are not failing. You are just building your skills. And those skills will take you there. It's not like 20 years from now. Maybe it will take some time. And if you're in the right place, you have high ticket and free traffic. And if you are honestly doing it, I am telling you, within 3 to 4 months, you will start momentum building up, building up, building up, building up, building up. So be persistent, keep faith, take action. Don't give up without taking action. Okay. So another thing, investing in a mentor is important, I feel. Okay, it always eases the process. This is one message I want to give people. Okay, investing in mentor is important because it eases the process. You have a game plan and you have someone to talk to. It's important and it will shorten your curve. But if you are a student and if you are someone who doesn't have money to invest, just be persistent because there are resources out there. Maybe if it takes someone 1 year, it will take you 2 years, but you will get to the right places. So investing money just shortens the curve. Okay, it shortens the curve. But your desire of building a business is not impossible. In the internet world today, if you don't have money to invest, you just have to be honest with yourself. When I was starting out, there was a point, I had a flair for writing, but I learned content writing from a group where I literally learned it for free, copywriting, because I was so honest in learning the process. And I think I literally took the value of $2,000 from that group. Just be honest with yourself. Try and find really good communities, groups. That's where you should start from. As soon as you have money, it's absolutely important to grow from that and invest in yourself. But if you don't, be honest to yourself, you will find ways to reach there. So this is my message to everybody, like literally, don't give hopes on entrepreneurship. It is one of the greatest ways to freedom. You can literally, like me, of course I'm still in India, not abroad, but like I can work from Goa and have time to myself. It is only possible because I have a business. Everyone can have these small and big dreams fulfilled through business, but you have to work hard for it. So be patient, be patient, be patient. That's
Great,
all.
great piece of advice. Just to summarize whatever you have told us, first thing, you should not compare yourself with other, because everyone's journey is different, everyone's skill, the way of delivery is different, and there is nothing called failure. You can say like you are learning, you are getting experience from your failures. Another thing is like, yeah, we have to spend in the courses and the right mentorship, because that is sometimes very very important. And you should be honest to yourself, you should be learning, you should be getting better 1% every day,
Absolutely.
because there are a lot of resources in the internet, in the groups and Facebook. But the thing is, you should have the right framework, right process to reach to your goal. So
Absolutely.
Mahroosh, thank you so much. You have answered all my questions and the questions from audience as well. And if you guys have any question, you can put down the comment box, and we'll cover that later. So Mahroosh, thank you so much again
Absolutely.
for being in my show.
Can I take a picture from my
Yeah, of course,
phone?
of course.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Mohan, for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I've seen you grow incredibly from posting content. And it's really nice to see your progress, to see you around. It's really nice. Keep doing what
Thank
you're doing. You are really doing well.
Thank you so much. I'm honored, and thank you so much for being in my show one more time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye.
So, guys, this was Mahroosh, and I hope you got a great value. She has covered all those points which we have, we have asked the questions, and she was very open-hearted. She has discussed each and everything. So, really, guys, if you are watching this live or maybe replay, you just put out the points, whatever the value you have got from this interview. So, this is it for today, and I'll come up with some other entrepreneur in my next episode of Internet Marketers Talk Show. Till then, take care, stay safe. Bye bye.